So guys, if you're in the background, we're just getting set up, so we'll be starting in 1 minute. This is brand new for us, so everybody watching who may come on at this time, what I want you guys to see primarily, and this is not just for the people enjoying this meal that I love so much, but also for you to see hopefully what we can do, because this is the first test, so hopefully this is recording correctly and you'll be able to watch this. Alright, so we should be coming on in about 30 seconds or so. I'll give it a minute, just grab your stuff. Don't know if you want to cook, but we should be giving you lists as to what you need beforehand. Anyways, here we go. I'm Greg Fraser. I'm the founder of Jingshan Koshu. We are going to be doing the keto meals, Kung Fu keto meals. Okay, we're very glad that you're here with us and getting started. This is our very first day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this over to Amy to give you a little bit of an explanation on what she's done and why she wants to do this meal first.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to Kung Fu Keto's very first episode, my very first live episode. Thank you for joining us and welcome. Tonight I'm going to be making garlic shrimp with a sweet and spicy cream sauce. This recipe is my own personal interpretation from a recipe that I used to order years ago when I managed a restaurant back in Los Angeles. It's morphed its way into, tonight we're going to make the non-dairy version, but the original version was with heavy whipping cream. So if you guys are like me, we have different resources right now due to our situation on 4/20/2020. So I do have heavy whipping cream, but I'm going to save this for another recipe that we're going to make another night. So along the line, Greg and I did a lot of studying through keto, and then I was also finding through diet nutrition that I would kind of break out, so I wanted to try a non-dairy type of recipe. So I morphed one of our favorite recipes into a non-dairy keto version. Actually, this original recipe is keto because heavy whipping cream is actually excellent for a keto diet. Zero carb, zero sugar. Very excellent for a keto diet, but tonight I'm going to make the non-dairy version of our garlic shrimp sweet and spicy cream sauce. I left our butter in the fridge, so I'm going to grab the butter real quickly.
So, Amy, as you're doing this, we're getting a little bit of a lag time. We'll have to figure this out as we go.
Okay.
One of the things, Amy, as well, is as you're doing, you have the two cameras working, and when we're doing this, if you walk forward, don't pass the other camera when we're on.
Okay, I just passed it the one time. I'm not going to actually have to pass it again, but my butter was melting through all of our kind of trial and error, so I had to put it in the fridge. So also through studying keto, we found that ghee is an excellent resource to cook with. You can obviously use olive oils. I also like to use a grapeseed oil, but this particular recipe calls for heavy whipping cream and butter. So ghee, we've done it with ghee, it's amazing. I'm a little bit low on ghee, so I'm going to save this also for another recipe for another night, but if you have ghee as one of your resources right now, go for it because we're going to cook the shrimp in butter. Through our research, we found that the Kerrygold was an excellent resource for keto cooking. So I already have a pre-cut. I've also said I'm going to use this pan for the shrimp and this pan for, it's sort of like a soup. We've turned it into a soup because that's how we enjoy it the most. So I'm going to turn the shrimp, I've had it on low just to kind of heat up so we can expedite the process while we're cooking for you guys. And I have this one on my front burner. I almost prefer it on my back burner because my back burner heats more how I'm used to. This one is a special burner for melting stuff and speed heat. So I've had it on low just to heat up. This is the pot pan I'm going to use to cook my sauce in. So I'm going to, kind of like a soup, you're going to want it to simmer. Now if you're going to be using the heavier whipping cream, you need to make sure it simmers on a lower heat because this is a lot thicker. Tonight I'm going to be using almond milk. It's a vanilla unsweetened. Again, this is one of our resources that we were able to get. Usually I morphed it down and down because at one point we were trying to eliminate dairy from our diet completely. So I morphed it into a non-dairy. A lot of times I use the coconut almond unsweetened milk. I wasn't able to get that right now, so the resource I got delivered to me, which I'm stoked on, is an unsweetened almond milk. It's a vanilla and it's non-dairy. It's super light, it tastes really good, but it's a lot lighter than a heavy whipping cream. So if you're going to be making this with a heavy whipping cream, that's great. Just simmer it on a low heat because it heats up very fast and it's a lot thicker than the vanilla milk. So right now I'm just going to put this butter in this pan here because the first ingredients is we're going to simmer the butter. And we're going to chop up, we're going to make this one with garlic. We're going to simmer the butter, garlic, and shrimp in this pan. And in this pan we're going to make our spicy, sweet cream sauce. So I put the butter in there. I've also previously chopped up a little garlic, but I'm going to take some fresh garlic cloves and chop up a few more of those. Just to add, because we like a lot of garlic, so it depends if you like a lot of garlic. That's up to you. We love garlic. Also, you can use minced garlic. If you don't have fresh garlic, you can use minced garlic, and that works really well too. Again, you want to simmer all of this kind of on a low heat because the garlic cooks really fast and you don't want it to get a burnt flavor. So I'm going to chop up this. We're going to use a lot of garlic because we enjoy garlic. But I have some fresh wild-caught shrimp that I bought from one of our local grocery stores when I went out and did our big shopping. And I know right now a lot of us have limited resources. So if you don't have shrimp in your freezer, maybe you have a white fish, a light fish. This actually would work really well with that too. It would probably work really well with a salmon too, even though I haven't tried it. So here we go. This is all chopped up. I got my little nits here. We've conquered that, so we're good. So now I'm going to take this minced garlic that I pre-chopped. Actually, this is still kind of heating up. I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit to just above high because I had it on the super low. I wanted to make sure my stove was ready. So now I'm actually going to go ahead and throw the garlic in here. And the one I just chopped up as well too. Throw it in there. What I love most about this recipe, this recipe is that it's easy, it's not a lot of ingredients, and it's like Kung Fu Keto because it's like you're starving, what can I have to eat, boom, and it's super quick. It shouldn't take more than 10-15 minutes. So while the garlic is simmering, I'm going to add a little flavor. So today we're going to use garlic powder. I like the Himalayan pink salt, I like garlic salt, and this recipe actually calls for, one of our favorites is Sriracha. So I have the liquid Sriracha, I also have the powdered Sriracha, so depending on what you have for your resources right now, you can use, this is the top choice, this is the number one choice. Our second choice is our Sriracha seasoning, which is really good too. If you don't have Sriracha, in order to make your sweet spicy sauce, you could also use cayenne pepper or whatever kind of pepper that you like to use. Oh, see, this has been going, so there it is. It's hot, guys. It's bubbling already, which is okay. So this portion doesn't take a long time to cook, so you see how it's bubbling up already, so I'm going to turn this down a lot. This one's kind of weird, this one, because it's like a melt. But I'm going to turn it down right now because it's... So if you're using the heavier whipping cream, it's going to bubble up and cook really fast. So you have to be careful. So I'm going to get this in here, let it calm down a little bit. I turned it off. I'll turn it back on later because I want to let this... I'm going to turn up the heat on my garlic. Let my garlic simmer in there so I can get my shrimps in there. And you guys know that the shrimp cook really fast. So I want to kind of let the garlic simmer a little bit because when you chop up the garlic, it cooks really fast too. Now I'm also using the Kerrygold Pure Irish Salted Butter. So depending on the butter you use is depending on the salt quantity. So you got to be careful not to make it too salty. So I don't like to add a lot of garlic salt right away. I'll add some flavoring to our shrimps. I got some wild caught shrimp that we had. We got them from one of our local grocery stores. And I'm going to top off, it's kind of like a soup, I'm going to top it off with some fresh cilantro. So while that's kind of simmering, I'm going to come over here. And I also like to add fresh lemon to it. So I've cut up a couple lemons. I'm going to juice a couple lemons because we're going to add some lemon to our sauce. So I don't know if you guys have a little lemon juicer. I love this one. It's super easy. I've tried a couple different ones. It's a lot of hand work, but it's also a good workout. So now I'm just gonna pick out with my little spoon the seeds, so we don't get any seeds. And then I'm gonna juice this other lemon. I don't want to make it too lemony, but a lot of times I end up having to add a bunch of lemon because it just balances out the flavors if I make it, not enough flavor, not salty enough, not sweet enough. So I'm actually gonna cut up another lemon and juice that one also while the garlic is cooking. I do have the cream sauce off right now. I'll turn that back on in a little bit because it's boiling up and it does that. So that is kind of like, you need to have your stove hot and that kind of stuff off to the side ready to go. So I've got another lemon. I'm just going to juice it here and have this juice ready to go, if you guys can see. We do a lot of lemon juice here. We add it to water in the mornings. It's a good thing too to keep you healthy. It's a good source of vitamin C.
So Amy, a little question here.
Yes, sir. Yes, Fraser.
So this is just something that, at the same time, you can see I'm sort of coming green screen, not mastered the green screen, as you can see a little green in behind there. But one of the things that I'm seeing right here is just the way you want to be facing. So Amy, if you're cooking and you're talking to the people,
Yes.
or you're doing anything, face your camera.
My camera right here?
Right.
Okay. Camera two?
So right there, you just want, but don't come all the way into it. You can see.
I had to know something over
All right.
Okay.
On when you're actually doing the cooking, then just you can look over at the other screen.
That one, right when I'm right here.
So when you're over
as
there,
you can see here, you can hear it too maybe. Our garlic's starting to kind of brown up, which is exciting because it tastes so good. And it is in butter, guys, but
it's keto.
Keto Kung Fu is a high-fat, high-protein, balanced nutrition is the first step to getting back into shape after our quarantine and eating whatever we wanted to eat. I know I did some shopping that earlier was off keto. So this right now we're back on keto and we're back to getting to where we want to be. So tonight we're going to have our keto garlic shrimp and sweet and spicy sauce. So this is cooking up. I'm going to go ahead and take my bowl of shrimp and I'm actually just going to dump it right on top here. I am going to add some garlic salt to the shrimp. Okay? Just a little bit because you can always add salt, but you can't take salt away. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here and let that kind of come together and get some flavor. Grab some of the garlic flavor, grab the butter flavor. So now, I'm also going to take my Sriracha and I'm going to add it to my shrimp. But I'm also going to take some and add it to my cream sauce. This, in this case, is my unsweetened vanilla almond, non-dairy almond milk, which is great because it gives you a non-dairy version. You could also make this not spicy if you prefer not spicy, but I've always made it spicy because that's how I was introduced to the dish, and we love spicy. So we probably make almost everything spicy, and if we don't make it spicy, we add spice.
Yeah.
So now, I'm gonna let this cook and kind of simmer. I actually turned back all my cream sauce because I want to make sure I get that tasting right. So if it bubbles up, that's okay. Try to make it so it doesn't bubble over and make a mess on your stove, because with the thicker cream that actually might happen. Ooh, there's some shrimp in here. Can't forget this. It's like prime product right there. So we gotta make sure they get flavor. And we'll flavor these more too as we go. But I want to make sure it doesn't get too salty. So what I'm going to do here, now also again, sweeteners. Let's talk sweetener. Right now, it depends on what resources you have. As far as keto goes, you can do a monkey fruit, you can do stevia, you have to do a natural, non-carb, non-sugar choice. So depending on what you have as your resources right now, you need to sweeten the sauce. The sweetener will go in here. We're going to use stevia. I just got to order. I usually actually use a different stevia. I got this one stevia in the raw. It was all I was able to get right now, without going to some of my primary stores because I didn't want to go. So I ordered some stuff online. I was able to get this stevia, but we also have the liquid stevia that I really like. This one is vanilla. I could probably use it, but I've never done it, so I'm just going to wait because I don't want to change the flavor too much. We have some natural brown sugar left from one of our trips to Jamaica, one of our traveling fitness destinations. And then I have a packet of regular sugar, which we never use, but this is like a leftover. So I don't know what you have left. You could probably also use honey. Ooh, I wish you could smell it. It smells really garlicky and really good. So I'm actually going to take my stevia and dump it into my cream sauce. And to be honest, I've had this green stevia before. There was another one I found that I like a lot better. And it's it's sweeter. So a lot of times I've had to use 2 packets. I'm not going to lie. I'm actually going to add a little bit more cream here because we're going to make 2 bowls. And Greg really likes the sauce. When it comes out spicy, sweet, and we add lemon, it gets really citrusy. So I already know I'm going to need the second stevia, so I'm just going to go ahead and add it. So I don't know how you feel about stevia or what kind of sweetener you want to use, but part of it is you need to add a sweetener. So I'm going to save the tasting spoons and just grab a mixing spoon real quick. So I'm going to mix that up just so it kind of mixes in. I'm going to take some of the fresh lemon juice that I squeezed and I'm going to pour it in. If I need more, I have more lemons. So I'm going to save some because sometimes you got to save some things to balance the flavor. So I think I'm all done. No, I'm not all done with my cutting board. So while that's all preparing, I have some fresh cilantro that we're going to actually top it off with. So let me go ahead and get this little garlic sauce. We could probably just throw it here because garlic is great. Garlic is an excellent antioxidant. It's excellent for you, so you can never actually have too much garlic. I'm just going to flip my board over. And again, from our local market. I love our local market. They're so great. So I got some fresh cilantro. I'm going to chop that up. And that's going to be the very last ingredient that we use. I'm just going to top it over our soup. So it's almost a Thai-inspired soup, I guess. We kind of turned it into that because originally we were using the heavy whipping cream, and then we were using the coconut almond milk, and now we're down to the coconut almond milk, which is not dairy. So that's kind of good. So now I'm going to make sure this is kind of to taste. See what's going on here. If it needs salt, if it needs lemon, if it needs spice. It is good. It needs more salt. So now, because I always like to somehow sneak in my Himalayan pink salt because I know it's good for you. I know it's good for the skin. I know it's a good antioxidant. So I like to kind of try to sneak this into anything I'm cooking. Ooh, I just made a mess. I cleaned it up. Didn't need to do that. That's okay. So I like to sneak that in wherever I can just because it's good for you. I'm one of those people that like to clean as I cook, so pardon me. So I can use that spoon. I mean, it is just me and my family, but so you're a witness. I'm going to take another spoon. I've got a few taster spoons lined up here, so if you're cooking for other people, it's always a good idea to have some small taster spoons available so you don't double dip in your sauce. That's good. It still needs a lot more salt. It's very lemony. It's sweet. It needs a lot more salt. So I'm going to have to not be shy on the salt right now. So there we go. A couple of that. And then don't forget that we're going to add these shrimp into there. So it's going to pick up the flavor of the salt from the butter and the garlic salt that we've added. I'm going to do a little taste test because these shrimps are almost ready. I want to make them a little bit more well done than not. The shrimp doesn't take that long to cook, guys. So I'm going to try my little shrimp sauce here with the garlic. I know it's hot. That's good. That's really good. And it actually has a lot of salt, so what I'll do after, it's actually got the right amount of salt, not a lot of salt. I'll wait to add salt till we combine it so I can make sure that we are tasting on point. This is my last little spoon. I have to rinse them off or get some bigger ones. Taste it. It's good. This side still needs more salt, but this side has a little salt, has a good amount of salt. So we're actually coming towards the end here. I'm going to put it in the bowl, and then I'm going to do the final touches on my bowl. So by the time I get to Grandmaster Freser's bowl, it will be perfection. Okay? Because these shrimp are looking pretty good. I'm going to give them one more toss around. And this cream sauce is actually hot enough right now, so the temperatures are good. So here we go. I don't think I forgot anything. I got the cream. That's it. That's all you guys need on this one. It's so easy. It's one of our favorite meals. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my shrimp stove off. And then I have these cute little bowls for us. Can you see the bowls, Greg? Are we good? Okay, so I'm going to divide this up. I usually give more to Grandmaster Frey. And then he can never finish it because I'm a Jewish girl and I always give him too much. So I'm actually going to have to take out a little bit. Put this over here. Because that's a lot. He won't eat all. Alright, we'll make it even. So now, after, all I have to do is take my cream sauce and pour it in. There's granules. Ooh, I actually have a lot of extra cream sauce, so we won't even need that much. So I'm going to show you. And then I take some cilantro and I just put it on top of both. Garlic shrimp with a spicy cream sauce topped with fresh cilantro. Give it a go at home and salt it and lemon it to taste. Please feel free to leave any comments, feedback. We'd love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed Kung Fu Keto with Greg and Amy. Thank you for joining our first episode. Greg, back to you.
So I just wanted to do a little thing for the guys that are on here so you could see as we get going into this, we're going to do the Kung Fu Keto. We'll have some self-defense techniques. We'll have discussions with people. We'll invite other people to come on. But we're just playing with this, so give us your feedback, please. Whoops. Sorry, I didn't switch it over. So I was talking about how we have that and be able to do that. There's little things that you can see in the corners here with the green screen problems. But you can sort of see how I can set all this stuff up in the future. Right now we're going to, let me just close up this video. Let me see if we have an end screen.
It's really, really good.
Did we make end screen?
You did make a thank you.
We had an end screen here
You
somewhere.
did. Try to end one. I'm going to add a little salt, but it is so good, you guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it and stay tuned because I have a bunch more recipes for you. Thanks, guys. Peace and love. Ciao, ciao.
Alright. Anyways, I was looking for us for the end screens. Don't seem to see it, but
Oh my god, that's so good.
huh. So it's not available at the moment, but thanks for joining us, guys. We have a thank you screen, and we'll see you soon. Please give us feedback, and hopefully as we're doing this, we really get to be professional. Again, this is a first attempt. Hopefully this is recording. If so, this is the ability of what OBS can do with YouTube, and I'm still not switching. I meant to switch over to here. So
Maybe
this is the end screen.
scene.
Yeah,
But there
so
was like a thank
these
you.
scenes and everything that we do, I know I don't know where the thank you screen is.
Alright, next
But anyways, we'll have it set up for the next time. Thank you again for coming out, checking it out, and please give us all the feedback you can. We'll get better as we go. Thank you.
Ciao.
Let's see how this thing goes.
So.
Bye, guys.